Alright, so today I am going to change the oil on my Ram 1500 Hemi 5.7 liter V8 engine. So, you're definitely going to want some kind of ramps to pull your truck up on to give you a little more room to get under there. But we'll come back here and we'll take a look at, and of course, you're going to want some chocks. But pretty much, here's what you're gonna need. Gonna need some tools, your oil filter wrench, of course, your latex gloves, and something to catch the dirty oil. But one word of advice, you better make sure it's rather large, because the Dodge Hemi is gonna put out about 7 quarts of dirty oil. Alright, so there's the tools you need. Let's get on with the show. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and put these under the front tires. It's going to give us just a little bit more room to squeeze up under there to get to the oil filter and the drain. Let's take it up on the ramps. Hold on. I'll set the camera down, and with one foot on the brake, one on the gas, I'm going to come up slowly. Whoop. One level. You had a great year on your locks when you picked to get some point spread. Right there. How do I know it's right there? I could feel it. I could feel it go up on the second level. Actually, if I needed to, I could go up on the third level. But I'm not gonna. So, I'm gonna let this run for a little bit. Let's go back here and put the chocks under, because you sure don't want this thing rolling while you're under there, getting to the drain and to the filter. So let's put our chocks under. Alright, so we got the hood open. Here's what I like to do. I like to pull the oil cap off, and I also like to pull the dipstick, and it'll just let the oil flow out a lot quicker when we pull the drain plug down bottom. So we get that out. And now, alright, so it's getting a little windy out here, but I got my gloves on. The best thing you should do is to make sure your ratchet is set up that it's going loose, because when you're up under there and you're all upside down, you don't know which way's righty-tighty and lefty-loosey. Alright, so you can see we're all upside down. So that's what's good about making sure your ratchet is going the right way. Ah, that sucker's on there. Ah, there she goes. Alright, now, hopefully my little splash guard will work. The wind's playing havoc with it. You'll see, I'm going to grab that sucker quick. Hopefully it'll work. Let's find out. I missed some of it. Had to be a little bit longer. If it was a little bit longer, I would have been in there. But, oh well. We'll let this oil drain out. Like I said, you're gonna get like 7 quarts of oil, or 6+ quarts, and then like some out of the oil filter. So you got to make sure you have a big enough thing for it, big enough catch pan. I'm gonna slide out from under here. Whew, that's what happens, backyard mechanic. Got very little room to do anything. Alright, so it looks like it stopped draining. So I'll go back under there and I'll put the plug in. And there's your drain plug right there. You want to inspect that brass fitting, or the washer, I mean, and make sure it looks okay. Now, if you wanted to torque this, you could measure the thread pitch and the diameter and then figure out the torque on it. I'm basically going to go tight and a quarter turn, and that's going to be my torque. There's one thing I can't stress enough, is to dispose of your used oil properly. So I'm going to very carefully carry this, and this is what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, man, 6+ quarts come out of your drain, and then there'll be some out of your oil filter. Alright, so I made this contraption. Hopefully if I spill anything, it'll go into the other container. But it's definitely tricky. We'll see how she goes. Working out pretty good, not too shabby. Because I'm gonna need this for the oil filter. All right, I'll let this drain a little bit. Maybe. Since you're going to be down looking up, right, and my filter is going to sit like this, I got to know which way this oil filter wrench has to go. So it's got to go this way, it's got to go that way. So when I'm under there, I got to make sure I'm turning it to the left. So there is the oil filter right there. So righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and you got to be thinking about it, looking up. That's why I did that, to figure out which way the wrench has to go on it. I had to go to the left. And of course, look, they put it right here, so the oil's going to hit this strut, and it's just going to make a mess. It's like a plot here. Oh, it's getting windy. All right, here we go. I'll use this hand. I already loosened it. Of course, you want to make sure your drip pan's position. Hopefully, not too much is going to come out. There comes some. Get under there. Yep, see, hit that friggin' strut. That. Just go for it now. Just a screw-on type, but it takes forever getting there. Whoa, there it is. Alright, so now what we want to do, we just want to coat this with nice clean oil. I just stick my finger in there, shake it around a little bit, and give it a nice coat of fresh oil. And then I'll be ready to climb up under there and install it. Here's where the oil filter's going right up there. So I made sure I cleaned off the seating area. And I already got my oil filter ready to roll. So, if I could reach down with this hand, get it, and put it up there. And by the way, the torque on the oil drain was more like tight in 1/8 of a turn. This one I'm going to hand tight it and then just snug it up a little bit with a wrench, and that's it. So we got the oil filter on, the drain plugs in right here. Drain plugs in. I'm going to clean up all the oil and make sure everything looks good. Alright, so we're done under here, but while you're under here, you might as well look around, make sure everything looks alright. But the oil filter's in, drain plugs back in, so I can get out from under here, and it's easy now. Just put my oil in. Alright, so got the cap off. I just kind of draped some paper towels down like that, just in case I get sloppy. It's definitely going to take this whole 5 quarts, so I don't have to worry about that. I'll start checking the dipstick when I add the next quart. So there's 5 quarts of fresh 5W20, which Dodge, or I should say Ram, recommends. Alright. And I got the next one already open because I did the filter, remember? Alright, now I will check, and actually I will start the engine up and see what my level of oil is. Let's stick the old dipstick in. Alright, I don't know. Kind of look pretty good. That's why I got to start it up. Oh, can't find the hole. Woo, there it is. So let me go ahead and pull all this out and crank her up. Alright, so there you go. Change the oil out. Probably should do a little bit of cleaning up under here, but that'll be another day. So as you can see, it's not really that easy to do it out in your driveway. If you have a lift, yeah, use it. If not, Jiffy Lube or Quick Lube or Ram, because it's tough. But if you like doing this stuff, there you go. Have at it. Alright, the last thing we got to do for the oil change is to reset the oil indicator. So I need to turn the key on. Don't start it. Just turn the key on and pump the gas pedal 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And that should have reset it. No more oil light. All right. That's the oil change for the Ram 1500.